Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No matter when you may catch this replay, for those of you that are in the room, appreciate you being in the room where it happens. Thank you to the team. Those that are behind the scenes, I am Altovise at Altovise Unmuted across social media. And this is our 2 p.m. Logie call. Now, if you're trying to figure out what Logie is a platform that allows influencers that are in the Amazon influencer program to be able to connect with brands and also have all of these other amazing opportunities. We love that. And so you can definitely find out more by putting a message in the comment section and letting us know that you want more information when it comes to Logie, because we can always give you that. Or you can also ask your questions, and we typically can come back and answer those for you. Don't fret. No question is one that we can't answer. We'll get the information that you need. So make sure that you're following. Make sure that you're subscribed, because you may be watching this on the YouTube channel. And also make sure that you come back and listen for updates, because there are a lot of things happening in 2026 on the Logie platform. They were talking about so many of them this morning in the 12 o'clock session. Great opportunities. Some stuff that was opened up just for those who are already on the platform, all the Logies that are already a part of it, and then also some things that'll be coming in the weeks and months ahead. But this particular session, I wanted to kind of do a pause. This is going to be our mid-February reset. And the reason why I thought it was the perfect timing to do it is this is actually the mid-February burnout time frame. So people that have done SMART goals in the beginning of the year, they've done New Year, New Me, all of that stuff, right? Vision boards, all of that. People that started going to the gym. This is actually around the time some people started fizzling out about the third week of January. But this is around the time where you start to see a lot of people drop off, and they no longer have that consistency. They no longer have that drive that they had at the beginning of the year. And it could be for any number of reasons. Life happens, right? Right. So we put ourselves in a position to kind of do this mid-February reset in order for us to keep the momentum and finish out the first quarter strong. Now, I don't know about you, but I prefer to finish out every quarter pretty strong, like giving it my all, and not just giving it my all, but giving it my all to the things that matter. Right, exactly. Some of us are still grinding away, and we're not doing it in all directions or doing it just to do it. No, we're very strategic, and we are paying attention to the steps that we are taking, because we got things to do. Listen, everybody wants to make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. Well, that means that there has to be some deliberate actions that you are taking in order to move towards that goal. So I have some questions I'm going to ask you. And again, there is a worksheet that is in the comment section. I will post it again a little while later if we have more people coming in, because I know some people, sometimes when you come in, depending on where you came in, you may not be able to see it. So we'll post that again. And for those of you that are watching this on the replay, if you're saying, well, how do I get the worksheet? Join the Logie community, and it will be posted in the group. So that way you can go ahead and get it there. Listen, there's also great questions and conversations going on in there as well. So you want to be in the group anyway. So let's start with the first question. Thinking of doing like an honest review, what's working for you as an influencer? What's working for you as an influencer? So I know for me, having things on automation, shout out to Lane, is working for me as an influencer. Posting things, posting my videos on YouTube is working for me as an influencer. I'm seeing engagement from the videos on YouTube itself, and then I'm also seeing how it's starting to convert. I started a brand new channel just for reviews. And so I'm in the process of converting all of my review videos to that channel. So it doesn't even have all of my reviews on there just yet. But I do see the engagement. I do see, again, the actual comments that people are leaving. And again, that's not even there's maybe 20 subscribers on that channel. There's maybe 20 subscribers on that channel, but I'm seeing the results. So be honest about where you are in the program right now. Where are you seeing results in the things that you're doing? Is it blogging? Is it sharing to social media? Is it being consistent in just how you post shoppable photos and shoppable videos? What do you see that you are currently doing that is giving you a return on the investment that you're putting in it? And here's the thing. Some of you may look at what you're doing and you may say, Altovise, I don't know. I don't see many things working for me right now. Don't worry. We'll get to that in a second. But you have to have this honest conversation with yourself as an influencer, as a content creator. Because if not, you'll find yourself on a hamster wheel. So you're running and running and running and running and doing all of these things. You're posting on all of these different platforms. But if you're not seeing any result from it, at some point, you're just going to be ready to get off the hamster wheel because that's all you see it as, is the hamster wheel. And unfortunately, we had a lot of people join the program at the end of 2025, and even some that are still joining here in the beginning of 2026, and they're immediately they're on that hamster wheel because they came in like, oh, I can make great money and this is what I can do. And of course, they don't have clear numbers because they came in during a major holiday where all the numbers were pretty much high. So they don't know that that's not how the whole year looks. They don't know that there's more that needs to be done in order for them to have even something remotely close to what they were able to do in that fourth quarter. Unfortunately, there are people that are out there that are teaching. Some of these people that are coming into the program, they're teaching them all types of things, y'all. All types of things. And when you're first coming into the program, you can easily be distracted by somebody telling you, no, do it this way. No, I do it this way and I made this amount. No, do it this way. I can honestly say that the Amazon Influencer Program is one program that you can do things the exact same way as the person standing beside you and still not get the same result. You can have the exact same videos. You can do it. You can do everything to the T, exactly the same, and still not get the same results. Simply because the platform is set up so anybody who posts content has an opportunity. So we can't get frustrated at it. We can't get mad because it gives us all the opportunity to be able to convert. But those who are coming in, if they have a skewed view of their numbers, then they're already frustrated. Trust me, I've seen the posts. I don't know if y'all have seen them, but I've definitely seen the posts. Andrew just put in the comments, on-site CC Halo sales. Yep. Just expanded to Australia on last Friday. I've heard a couple people talking about Australia. I opened up my Australia storefront and I've seen some sales so far. US, Canada, UK, Australia, 1,529 products, 1,900 vids, 820 pics. Let's go. Cheryl said everyone should read the TOS. That is another one, Cheryl. Oh my goodness. The amount of questions that could have simply been answered by the terms of service. It's like, ooh, in certain groups, I've completely stopped answering questions in certain groups because I'm like, you didn't read anything. you didn't read anything. You couldn't have. Nothings. And also, again, it saves our energy because we're coming from experience. You have many people in the community that have been in the program for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that have been doing content creations for 8 years, 10 years. So it's not new. We know that the ebbs and flows, we know how it goes up and down. We already know those things. And we want to help people that are coming into the program. But man, the noise is loud and there's so much noise when it comes to this program. Um, but Cheryl said everyone should read the TOS for Amazon and the FTC for themselves. So many stupid mistakes because they listen to people who don't have a clue. Exactly. Exactly. Andrew said, preach. Cheryl said, if you don't know what the FTC is, just stop. Go back to grade school. That part. Stephanie said, on a non-monetary side, monetary, I can talk, monetary side, I have two brand collabs for very niche products that I am super excited. Come on, to make sure make more elaborate videos for socials. I quoted one of the brands. Come on, come on, come on. We like that price. Let's go. $450 value for my work. While I am not charging them, this content will become part of my portfolio. That's it. Andrew said he's been in it for 25 plus years. So when I asked you the question, what's working for you? The ones that I'm reading their responses that are in the comments, these are ones that have been in the program. These are ones that they're doing this regularly. So this is quarterly. I'm saying what's working for me, what's not working for me. Why do we say that? Typically, when you start or stop something, you have to give yourself at least a 90-day window to see the effects of it. At least 30 days, you can kind of start to see, but again, you have holidays, you have different things going on. So somebody looking at the last 30 days, they looked at January, that's not really going to give them the best results, because anybody who purchased anything all throughout the holiday season at the end of the year, they had until the end of January to do returns. So you had a higher return rate in January. Again, so you have to be able to gauge what's working, what's not working, and be honest about it. I think we cannot be in this program and not be transparent about what's working and what's not working. We can't. If we are, we run the risk of literally, again, being on a hamster wheel. We run the risk of doing what Cheryl said, not actually paying attention to the rules and regulations and putting ourselves in a really bad predicament. We run the risk of, listen, messing ourselves up, putting ourselves in a box. Andrew said, I've been a creator nearly all my life. I started out with the VHS camcorders and XLR mics. So you get to see this process. And again, people making money from it, they continue to make money from it. There's always going to be something that, okay, so then we go to the second question, or the second part. What do I need to reduce before I build? So what do I need to scrap it? So I can look at something and say, for the last 4 months, this has not been working. I'll give an example. So I know for me, Venable as it hasn't been as productive as it was when I first started Venable. It's still making money, a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's not doing as much. And I know for darn sure doing the TikTok challenge is not beneficial for me at all. So I completely stopped doing those that they were doing. But so I don't give it as much of my attention as I was giving it before. Have I completely stopped? No, because it's still converting. I'm still making money through Binnable, and then I know that people are still coming from Binnable and buying things, because there's certain things that I only have on Binnable lists. That's the only place I have it. So I know, right? Exactly. uh, Andrew said, "Oh shoot, Binnable loves me." Said, my lists are featured regularly. See, and I have lists that are optimized. I have lists that are being featured, and again, that's why I said it's still working, but it's not producing at a high enough conversion rate that I'm going to make it a priority. But I know that for me, it's working really well for Andrew. So that's not going to be the same for Andrew. So having that reality check, what am I removing? So while before I was, putting lists up just about every day. No, but I am still putting up maybe a list or two a week and filling them up. I am still going back and editing older lists, and I might add something. That part. So Stephanie put another good one in the chat. Chasing samples was a mistake. Whew, I made about a year ago. No, I made for about a year. I can read. I really can, you guys. I know a niche isn't what works for everyone on Amazon, but for me, my niches do work. And I pair one of those niche videos with an FB group, and it is driving both regular on and off site sales. Exactly. Andrew said batches are okay. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, and Cheryl just said it. Beware. Amazon is pulling up some of the TOS that they have ignored for years and now canceling accounts. Exactly. And they do it. I feel like we've seen them do it at least once a year, every year, where it's like this time frame happens and it kind of go through accounts, and I don't know if it's they tweak the system or what, but it goes through. This is literally, we've seen people have old videos get rejected. We've seen people go through having their account shut down, especially whatever they were doing from other social media posts. But it's not just Amazon that does it. TikTok has done it as well. If you go through your TikTok, the people that follow your TikTok account, you'll see that you'll probably have another group of people of accounts that have been banned. It like I don't know about Meta. That's a whole other, we just nod our head for Meta. But I know for definite TikTok and Amazon, we've kind of seen it at least once a year where that kind of the whatever update they've made or whatever thing that they have tweaked in the back, it literally has gone through and kind of wiped some people out. Stephanie said, I also put Venable on the back burner, not even enough to cash out yet, but Facebook is so much faster to post and brings almost daily conversion. Good, 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 good. Andrew said, why you need to read yeah, exactly, why you need to read the terms of service and operating agreement in full. Cheryl said, the people I am helping have had this TOS broken for 5+ years in the AIP, just now getting busted for it. Yeah, and that's another reason why again, you can look at what somebody's doing and be like, oh well, they're saying they're making this or they're making that, I'm just going to do what they do. You can't do that in this program because you don't know if somebody's doing something that's against TOS unless you have actually read the TOS. Like there are so many times where people, especially when you're getting people to like buy a program or to buy a class or to sign up for a webinar or whatever the thing is, like you're showing them the best numbers, but that doesn't mean that you got those the best way. That doesn't mean that you did the right things to get those numbers. So it can be really dangerous out here. Oh, Megan just said, I've seen a ton of IG accounts get banned lately. So, yep. So it might be all platforms, and as they tweak things, because I know IG has added some things recently. Facebook has added some things. Of course, you can add like a direct link on your Facebook post now and all types of stuff. Remember when y'all remember Facebook has gone through transitions. You went from being able to post your link on a Facebook post and it do well to not being able to post it on the link and people put it in the comment section to you trying to post it in the comment section and then you got flagged as spam. You got your account shut down. To now people can post it again, but now you can actually attach it directly to your reel. they're always changing something, and we don't always know ahead of time when the change is going to happen. It makes it really a whirlwind. It's a roller coaster. It is definitely a roller coaster. So having that discussion of what do I need to put on the back burner? What do I need to focus on? Here's the thing, because I need you to reconnect with your why. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this because this is how you decided that you want to be able to pay off your home? Are you doing this because you said, you wanted to be able to spend more time with your kids? Are you doing this because you said you didn't want to have to work for at another job, and you said this gotta work? Like, what was your why? And not just the goal that you want to make that certain amount, but the actual, like, the deep down thing that you wanted to change, the deep down thing that you wanted to see happen for you, for someone you love. I've seen people make posts that because of this program, they've been able to go and take their family on a vacation and not have to worry about where the money was going to come from. I've seen people go and say they've been able to go and move completely to a different state. Like, what is that why for you? The peace of mind. Now, granted, it's not always peaceful in the program. It's not always peaceful in the program, but what is that thing that you were like, this is going to give me or can give me access to dot dot dot, right? Um Stephanie said, I still do just direct product links in an FB post with some text. I let the Amazon API add the clickable image. Exactly. Okay. Andrew said, I'm going to do a course, and it will be a reasonable price to do a deep dive into all of this stuff, including TOS. Listen, operating agreement with clear examples and demos, just trying to do a lot at the moment. And you know what's crazy is that you'll have some people that'll do, um, I've seen people talk about terms of service, and they pick certain ones that they're going to talk about. And I'm like, but you're missing this part, and you're missing this one, and you're missing, like, people forget. And because somebody who's new coming in the program doesn't understand all of the stuff, like, I've seen people talking about, most recently, let's talk about it. Um, People were talking about making multiple videos for a piece of content for a product. And there's people on both sides. People that are saying make multiple pieces of content for one product, people that are saying only do one piece of content for a product. And there's valid points on both sides. But if you're somebody who's, again, you're coming in and you're just trying to find what works, you would be in you would be in a nut house, because one side is saying this is why we do it and it works, and another side is saying this is why I don't do it and it works, because this program is not one where, again, you can imitate the next person and see the same exact results. David Peters said, I built this and other streams to be able to earn anywhere I can get internet. Come on. I know that's right. Work from anywhere, travel more, etc. And you know what? That is very similar to what I was, because I can leave. I went last year. My youngest daughter graduated from college. I'm in Delaware. She's in Colorado. I went to Colorado for her graduation, stayed for a little over a month, stayed and just, like, got my ticket to come back when I was ready to leave. Stayed, was able to help them move from one, no, not that I shared her the year before, but stayed, was able to help them move from Colorado Springs to another part of Colorado and help set up the new place that they were in. And then last year I went and stayed for like 2.5 weeks. And I mean, because I have that freedom to be able to go and do that. Also, I'm an empty nester. So there's that. That was the youngest graduating from college. Woo-wee. Megan said same. Yep. Uh, Come on. David said, I just booked a 3-week vacation to Mexico in May. Yes, that part. Woo. Uh, Stephanie said, I want to share my art. That is all the reason I started on social media. I suppose that is why these niche brand deals make me excited. That's the other thing. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Then I found out I can make money just sharing links to the art supplies, not even having to sell my work. And that became my goal. Money is just the cherries on top, and on-site videos was an afterthought. Exactly. And the fact that you said that, listen, getting the brand deals, that was like the icing on top. That was a cherry on top because it was just me being able to sell what I'm already using. And I think that's one of the pieces that people miss coming into the program is they immediately are like, no, send me samples, send me samples. No, start with what you already have. Start with what you're already using, what you're already knowledgeable about, and people miss it. And man, people are like, oh, and they won't send samples. And well, there's some reasons why they're frustrated. I mean, there's a lot, but you also have to remember you when you apply for a job, you give them a resume, giving them a history of where you worked and what you've done. You got to do the same thing when you're talking to brands. They want to see what you can put out. Um, Antoine said the program is fun, but it's also a lot of work. Please pace yourself and get rest and don't overthink. Listen, that's on the list too. That is on the list too. Yes. Megan said, yes, this. I have learned that if I do 20 video edits and uploads in a day, I don't feel like doing it for the next few days. I am much more consistent when I just limit myself to 4 to 5 so I don't get daily burnout. Exactly. Exactly. And when I say that there are so many that are dealing with burnout, burnout, here's the thing burnout will make you start focusing on the wrong things. It'll make you focus on the wrong things. Burnout will make you try to focus on what you think is going to make you cash quick because you're tired. Think about it. Anything that you do when you're tired, when you're exhausted, you're not fully thinking and you're doing it with a skewed perception that let me just do whatever I need to do so I can rest. And then we don't give our best or our all when we're doing the videos. We're not giving our best or our all when we're doing voiceovers. We're frustrated. So we're not allotting the right amount of time to be able to do content. Like there are so many things. One of the reasons we love Logie and the platform itself is that it's continuing to make things easier for us as an influencer. It's not telling you that you can be lazy, but it is making things easier for those of you that are new to the program and you're just now finding out about these things. Logie connects with brands, and sometimes that allows us to be able to get samples. We don't have to talk to the brands. We don't listen. We have a 2-week window to upload the content. Great. Now Logie has even stepped it up to another level where Logie will send you an AI generated photo for you to be able to use. Great. They're making it easier, but it's not taking everything off your plate. You definitely have to pace yourself. It's definitely not taking everything off the plate, but you have to understand that's why being in the right programs, being in the right communities, having these conversations is so important. Yes, Cheryl, empty nester. Come on. Come on. I love it. Andrew said, LOL, burnout. What's that? I've been going nonstop for 3 years in 18 hours. Ooh, 18 plus hours a day, every day. No breaks. And listen, there are some people that may work for them, but it ain't going to work for everybody. There's some people that after day 5, they like, forget it. After day 5, they're going to be like, I can sell bottled water on the corner. Forget it. I can't do it. Stephanie says, speaking of a resume, here's an easy media kit. Oh, thank you for putting that in the comment section. I made for free on Linktree. Yes, the fees are for when brands reach out to me. I offer to waive or reduce them when I reach out to the brands. Perfect, perfect. See, that's what I'm talking about. So being in a community where you have access to things that are going to make it easier for you, so you're not rolling on that hamster wheel. And you do. I will. We did talk about this a few weeks back. I said you're going to see a lot of brands sending out less and less samples because they're frustrated because there's so many different things going on, right? But also, you're going to see more and more brands asking for media kits or asking for your social media so that way they can check to see what you're putting out. They want to see that you're actually going to do the work that you said you were going to do. Because they've come in contact with so many that have said, I'll do this. I'm going to fly over the stadium with a cape on my back with the name of your brand across the. Come on. Some people are out here just trying to deliver everything. They think they can deliver it all and it doesn't work. And then again, they're frustrated, the brand is frustrated, and now we've kind of messed it up for other people. Um Love it, love it. So if y'all haven't seen, make sure you're clicking that Linktree link in the comment section. I'm going to have to get that from you later because I can't click on it yet. Andrew said, I think the new term should be a functioning zombie. That part. Um, that part. If you have Facebook pages, you should check out the layout for page details and update as needed. Exactly. And again, social media has been changing. Meta is about to, they're working on a new app. As if we don't have enough, but they're supposed to be working on a new app. It's supposed to be like it's another first. I guess most of them have been starting out as just uploading a photo, but it's supposed to be a new app coming out. Don't know how that'll affect us or what opportunity that will give us. We shall see, right? Um, okay, so we said reconnect with your why. So now we are about this midway point. This is the perfect timing for you to build like a 2-week micro plan to finish out the month. So what does that micro plan include? It includes daily tasks. If you're somebody that's doing daily tasks, it includes your weekly tasks. Are you checking you better, in fact, no, I'm not asking you. You check your emails. Listen, because those AI generated photos that we're getting from Logie are coming through your email. Check your email. Um, you're also getting brand opportunities through your email. You're getting brand opportunities through social media. Check those inboxes, those DMs, the ones that you regularly go to, and then the ones where they have to request to be able to send you a message. Check those out as well. But what is that process for you? What is that going to look like for the next 2 weeks? What is that going to feel like for the next 2 weeks? Right? Are you setting a certain amount of time a day? I will tell you, listen, I just got 3 products in and I have another 3 coming. I have another 3 coming. I know some of these I'll get to recording it immediately. I know some things I won't get it until this weekend. Like I know one of these is a shirt that I'm going to do sip and paint on Monday. It's a shirt that I'm going to wear when I go to do sip and paint. It works. It works. I know that there's a creator connection campaign for it. I'll go ahead. I'll have a photo. I'll have the video, upload it when I get back on Monday or upload it on Tuesday. So I know process wise what that looks like. Again, it's going to be different for every person. I'm doing this full time. Somebody else who's doing it part time, you still have work. So what does that look like for you? Let me go back. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm catching everything. Andrew said today I get to finish the cross check of the final 400 products on AAU, come on Australia's site, then begin to upload the last half of my content for those available. That's the other thing. I'm uploading product videos to Canada, UK, Australia, France, UAE. Yeah, I think there's one more. Yeah, I think the only one that I have not seen any sales on so far has been UAE. I think I've seen sales on everything else. Which again, if you have Oink, Oink is such a game changer because it tells you which platforms it's on. Meaning, if it's on for at least three, thankfully, Australia, Canada, and UK, and it allows you to be able to pull it up on that particular site as long as you have the zip codes in. Pull it up on that site, and it makes the process a whole lot easier. Because if you are downloading them from your storefront, it downloads the title. And if you're uploading multiple videos at a time, then the title just comes up and you just got to erase the MP4 at the end. Uh, Singapore. I don't remember if I signed up for Singapore. Andrew, oh, do you remember which ones had the direct deposit without using Payoneer? So I feel like UAE was one that I didn't go back and finish with it because I feel like UAE was one that needed the Payoneer. And I think Japan was another one. I think that was another one that needed the needed something else. And I was like, okay, I can't set this up right now. Yeah, I was like, I can't do that one. I haven't even tried to upload anything to UAE simply because with the check, I've been able to do the UK, the Canada, and the Australia a lot faster. So I've been focusing on those three. Um, and then some of the other ones I may check because that I think when you have the storefront in the other countries, man, the hardest piece is checking to see if the product is on that particular site. And even if you use Oink, because you have to remember if a product um, has a new ASIN or something like that, it may have a new ASIN here in the US and not have a new ASIN on the other platform. And so just because they changed it here doesn't mean they had to change it there. The joy. So sometimes you may do a run and it may say that it's not available, but it still may come up because, again, it may not be the same ASIN. I've come across that a couple times as well. Hold on. Oh, I just discovered this too. What's that? Hold on. Oh, Stephanie just put a see, Stephanie, you're gonna have to send me all the links. Yes, I'm like, I can't get the link. Um, she said she just discovered a way for you to cross check the products on the different platforms. Right. I'm slowly getting the other countries uploaded as well. And I have almost 3,000 videos. So it makes it a bit difficult. I am going through and removing things. Um, if something is no longer available, if a brand is no longer on Amazon, I'll go ahead and remove the video. I keep the video though. I have had a few times where the brand may come back, um, and I may see it and be able to re-upload, and it's not the same ASIN. So uh, I have been able to do that as well for a few products, especially some of my older ones that I uploaded when I first started doing the program. Uh, what about China? I haven't done China. Genius Link keeps saying I could be getting traffic. That was the reason why I did Australia and I've been converting in Australia. So I would definitely go for it. If Genius Link is telling you that that you're getting some traction from China, I would go for it. Mm-hmm. Uh Andrew said, "All right, thank you. I was thinking of joining the others with the simplest setup first, then go to the Payoneer ones later." Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And for those of you who are watching the replay, you may see me pause a second because I'm reading through the comments. Because we meet live every Friday at 2 p.m. This is the Logie call and on Zoom. So they're asking questions in real time and having discussions in real time. I'm not reading every single one, but there's a lot going on in the chat. So I'm kind of scrolling through and I typically will go and ask, the question or put out the information if it's going to be something that's beneficial for you guys as well. Because that's what we do over here. Okay. I think I got caught up with everything. Right? Stephanie, that's a listen. Fun times. Um Aaron. Hey Aaron, how are you? If a product isn't linked any longer, there are a few ways you can search Amazon to see if the product is available, possibly under a different seller or brand, but same exact thing and can link to that. Have found that many times. Yes, that is a very beneficial thing, especially if you're using Oink. It shows you any videos that you have that are untagged. Unfortunately, I when I first started the program, I said the names of brands in the videos. So some of them, depending on the brand, I do still say the name or I'll have the name in the brand, in the video. But if it's something else, then I won't have the name in it and I can always use it that way. But those older videos, y'all, just woo, that was a while ago. Because I was doing videos for all types of products. I was doing videos for all types of products. So this has been 4.5 years in the game, almost 5 years, you guys, almost 5 years in the program. I'm happy to say I'm glad that I stuck with it. I have seen many people that came in with me that are no longer a part of the program. Yeah. But yeah, we've learned so many things along the way. And I learned that I don't always need to say the brand name. uh Aaron said, I have also used the Amazon lens. Yeah, that's the other one. I'll take a screenshot or take a look. Yeah. Use Amazon lens and taking a photo of it from my screen with the phone and have found things. Yes. And it's beneficial because again, a lot of times, depending on the type of content that you made, it's it's still beneficial. It depends. Now you have some people that's making crappy content. Let's just be honest and be real. You have some people that's just making throw together anything. And sheesh. Sheesh. So it may not be beneficial for the people, but that part. Um Eileen said, don't let that stop you. Listen, that may be true, but I found that so when you upload your video on the phone, it doesn't say this, but when you upload the video using the laptop in your creator hub, it has a little blurb there about tagging products that makes me I've given it the side eye quite a few times because it's not 100% clear, but that little blurb is mm, careful, be careful. That's one of those things. And I don't even know how long that little blurb has been there. And I've uploaded so much on my phone. Whoo. Yes, I will sometimes go back and edit, and upload a brand new video. and just have that little snippet edited out. Which is, again, it works. It just depends on the product. And here's the thing: people get so excited about receiving a sample, especially through creator connections. Just because you receive a sample does not mean that it's going to be beneficial to you. I've received samples and then went to upload the video, and the brand was no longer on Amazon at all. The product wasn't there, and it wasn't a product that I could just tag. Just it wasn't. It was no longer there. Yeah, I've had that happen more times than it should have. And I mean, so I've had it happen where I've uploaded the video and the product is unavailable. It comes with the territory, unfortunately. Come on. Andrew said 2 months will mark my third year finished in AIP. Come on. Aaron said I'm about come on, 1.3 years in now. Uh, love it, love it. Stephanie said I put all my measurements in inches in my older videos. Can't repurpose those. Oh, I never even thought about that. Oh, Megan made a good suggestion though in the comments. She said just mute the video and re-record. Do a voiceover. Yep, over it. She said, I put all my measurements in inches in my older videos. Can't repurpose those in other countries. That's the other thing. You when you're thinking about what you can, like what can be done, what can't be done, like we don't really have a clear definition. Like they literally have not given us, they haven't given us a rule book and said, well, this can be done in the US, but it can't be done in these countries. And so we're literally just kind of trying to figure things out. That's well, not the only, but that's one of the kind of things that it's like you just gotta put it out there. We gotta do it, unfortunately. But I definitely agree. There's some that you just gotta go re-record, redo it. But yeah, I've had some that the brand isn't there. And on Creator Connection, if you go to a product, if you go to a campaign and you see that there's no picture, if you click on that, a lot of times, if there's nothing there, like where the product was, there's nothing, that brand is no longer on Amazon. So they had a woo woo, they had a woo woo moment, and they're not there anymore. So that's why I tell people you can get excited about getting, samples. That's great, but it doesn't always work out the way you thought it was going to work out. Andrew said, shoot, I had a bunch of pics rejected because it was a DVD case and it's same image as the product. So it flagged it as a duplicate. Mm-hmm. Same pics are uploaded on US, CA, UK, but flagged in Australia. Yep. And again, since we don't have a clear definition of what can and can't, we're just kind of flying blind when it comes to that piece. All right, so we got build your 2 week micro plan. What's your next 2 weeks going to look like? How are you going to finish the month strong? So that way you can get started in I was about to say in January, get started in March and then finish out the quarter strong. So definitely something to think about. And then the last thing, protect your energy. Protect yourself. So y'all, I don't always share a whole lot about me. I'm working on it, y'all. It's the introvert in me. I still stay, pretty to myself. But one thing about me is that when I go to like a doctor's appointment or I'm going to like a meeting and I know I'm going to be sitting for a little bit, I don't doom scroll. I take a book with me. So like I had an appointment today, the tipping point. That's what I took with me. Um, Here's the reason why. When you're in a doctor's office, you have some people, depending on the person, some people go through anxiety and stuff, just being in that environment. But you also have so many things that happen in doctor's offices. Like You never know what's going to happen. And so I'm not going to be on my phone doom scrolling. I just rather I bring my peace with me. and and I was laughing because um my doctor was like going through all my numbers. You know, I just had blood work done, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, your numbers are amazing, and we have to do this test." And so they're going through all these questions and stuff. And he was just like, he said, "Huh?" He said, "You're not on no medications?" No. He said, "Huh? Okay." He said, "You're doing really good." I said, "Thank you." He said, "Well, you can finish going back to your other thing that you do that's really well." He pointed to my book. Protect your energy. What are some things that you can do to allow yourself to remain calm in situations that may be frustrating? What are some things when it comes to this process that you can do? Listen, we not posting 20 videos a day. It Listen, I know for me, it takes a lot of energy if I'm doing like 15 videos in a day. I get you. I'm like, after that, I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go nowhere. So I try to limit it to about 10. I'm like, 10 is my cap. Sometimes I'll go a little over. I might do like 11 or 12. But all right, once I get 10, we shutting it down for that day. Because I have some videos that are longer, some videos that are shorter. I have some videos that are really easy edits. I have some videos that I'm like stumbling over my words. It can take a lot out of you. So how do you allow yourself to relax? How do you allow yourself to be able to enjoy it? Because again, this is supposed to be a process of and something that we enjoy doing because we know what it's going to lead us to. Andrew said, "Shoot, I had a bunch of pics rejected." Oh, we said that part. I resemble that blind guy. Michelle said, "Always." I read the tipping point a while back. Malcolm Gladwell has some interesting stuff. He does. He most definitely does. Um, Stephanie said, "I need a babysitter." And listen, it's like that sometimes. But just know what I can do. Does that mean for somebody that may mean, okay, after I've done doing all these videos, I need a glass of wine. After I go, I just need to sit down and watch something fun. After this, I need to go outside and play with my kids. Whatever that thing is, make that a part of your regular routine. One thing that I can say, I love watching, Rob when he's talking about his granddaughter and him talking about, some of the products that he's gotten in for. He was like, I don't really care. He was like, as long as I'm seeing her smile, I'm good. Like that should be where we're able to just kind of be excited, just enjoy ourselves, right? Aaron said, I always seem to get stuck in a vicious cycle where a video should take a set amount of time and ends up taking 3 to 5 times longer. Exactly. And it just happens. It can be one video and I don't know why. I have to re-record one section like 6 times. And I'm just like, the words don't want to come out properly. Or I'm looking at the edit and I'm like, something looks off. And then I'm trying to readjust it. I'm cropping it. It's a lot. It's a lot, which is interesting because other people coming into the program, again, they think, oh, you just doing a little video and you just talking and then you just throwing a video up. No. People that have been in this for a while, y'all put in work. David Peters, David Utopia, listen, Andrew, Michelle, Stephanie, Eileen. I've seen the work that y'all have done on these videos. The security lady, when I saw the AI video she did, I said, you better go ahead. You better go ahead. I love it. Because there's ways that we can do it where we're not going against TOS. There's things that we can do and can use, but also, again, you have to be willing to try new things and enjoy yourself. That's not been what I could personally do because I can see me. I've tried AI. I don't know if y'all saw the post that I did. I did a picture. I was trying to have AI do this cute little like picture that I was going to post, and It ended up making me 3 feet tall. Now, y'all, listen, I'm only 5'4", but 3 feet? Wow. 3 feet? You took all of that height from me? Just yeah, it was rough. So I haven't gotten the hang of using AI. I found some cute things that I can do with it, but I haven't gotten the hang of using it. Yeah, listen, I'm like 5'4". I got this. I looked at that and was like, I feel like ChatGPT just called me short. Like, that's it's rude. Megan said, yes, I love getting up and going for a walk around the block. Little breaks help me. Exactly. Andrew said, I thought you were taller by a few inches. Uh, One of these niches I keep talking about is hand sewing and embroidery. I like to I like to stabby stab for relaxation. That part, like we know that there are at least two brands with Logie are Tistro, I always say it wrong, and Chocola. If you do painting or any type of drawing, great brands, great products. You could do whole things. I did a whole little sip and paint at home with some of my friends with the kit that came from Chocola. Um, it came with the canvases. It came with everything in it, and we absolutely loved it. Again, enjoying ourselves. I saw someone say the other day they can bust out like 30 to 40 videos a day. And I was like, how? uh, I was like, how? And stumbled across their content. And at that point, it made sense. So many people, so many in the program get stuck on the quantity versus the quality. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, Nil Tech. That's the other one. Nil Tech. So again, keep pushing out the quality of videos that you want to push out. Keep making sure that you are taking some time out for you. Uh, but this is your reset. If you are coming up against a brick wall, if you're just like, I content wise, I feel like I can't create anything. I feel like I don't know what to do next. Listen, reach out. You're in a community of people who have gone through some of the similar things, some of the same things that you're going through, or that you've been through, or that you will go through. Put a post in the group and just reach out. You said blame it on Mercury retrograde. Listen, just reach out because somebody may be able to give you a word of wisdom, give you some insight. Y'all know Lane will be like, what are you automating? Have you been automating the stuff you need to automate so that way you can get your time back? That's important. That's important.
And hopefully I've able to give you some time back whenever you got your automations running, right?
That's it. 100%.
Because that's the value of them, Once you can produce more, you get your time back, plus your content keeps going out, and hopefully it's working even more than what you were doing beforehand because it's not all manually.
Exactly. And you stop micromanaging yourself.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I need to do this, and you're trying piecing this together and piece. When you learn to automate, you stop micromanaging yourself. You allow yourself to get a bulk of stuff done and take your hands off of it. Take your hands off of it.
That's true. I mean, that's what Oink does for us. And if you use ViralView, they have a few features in there too that help you to be able to run these processes that you need to run every single day, or like inputting links or contacting whatever, to be able to just click a few buttons to be able to get it going and then let it sit there for an hour and run. And then you come back and it's complete. Like you just got all that time back, right?
It makes so much more sense. Even when it comes to the storefront check and things like that, because I'm like, before we didn't know how. Here, that's one of the reasons why we love Logie as well, because Logie gives us access to information that we didn't have access to before. So now, okay, so we know what categories we're doing well in, but we also see what actual products it is.
Well,
What's
that's the whole thing too with Logie is that they basically have automated, once you create content, they've automated how the products get delivered to you, right? Like it's a no-brainer to not want to sign up for them. So that's just, they're one of the tools that I use in my toolbox to be able to create as much content as I do without reaching that point of burnout, which a lot of people at this time are gonna hit because everything just starts to slow down. But I remember last year, it was around this time, February, March. I said, what should you be doing right now whenever it gets slow? And I said, build your business, make something happen, put in those pieces in place so that whenever December comes next year, you can do better than what you did before because you have the pipeline running. Currently, right now, while we've been talking, I've been working on moving automations over to a different platform so I can save money on them. So I'm saving money and I'm getting my time back.
that part? And the other thing is, when you're in a community like this, you have people that are willing to give you like real information, like no fluff. So you have a lot of places where people are going to give you, oh no, because yeah, no, you should do this. Well, they're saying that because, the back end, they're going to get X, Y, and Z. No, we're going to tell you if something don't work over here. We're going to tell you if something doesn't work. We're going to tell you how well it works. Listen, it makes a big difference. Aaron said my OCD micromanages me. I can understand that as well. I've seen that happen for a lot of people. Stephanie said, plus my conversion numbers are always higher on Logie for some reason. That part, and I feel like that's part of the reason also why Amazon was going and adjusting the reporting, because I feel like, yeah, again, we have to remember Amazon was not a platform built for content creators. It was not a platform built for influencers. It was just it was a platform built for brands, for customers to buy from brands, for brands to sell to customers. They threw us in the middle. So they are constantly creating space for us and adjusting the space that they put us in, because originally there was no space for us. So when people complain about not being on the carousel and being on it, bruh, we weren't even supposed to be on the platform. Like, we're here. We get the opportunity to make money from something that there was no opportunity. So we got to make the most of it. All right, I think I hit all of the questions in the comments. Were there any other questions or anything else that anybody wanted to add to the discussion when it comes to your mid-February reset?
Start working on your automations.
That's it. If you didn't, you better go to it.
Dad reviews slash automations. If you guys want to go and check out the video that we did about the automation session and me working y'all through repurpose.io and all that.
That part. There you go. Yeah, Andrew said it. It was built for books. Everything else was an afterthought. It had to be pieced together. Yep. And now think about it. They're streaming movies. They got the whole platform just where you can watch movies that are made through Amazon, like so many different things going on. Oh, can you put the URL? Can you put the link in the comments, Lane, for Aaron? Thank you. All right. With that being said, we also want to say thank you to Logie. Thank you to Ahud. He does a lot behind the scenes. The team does a lot behind the scenes. They've been, if you were in the 12 o'clock call, they talked about some things that they opened up for us because, we're loved. I know we're still waiting on our chocolate to come in, but we're getting like other bonuses before the chocolate arrives. So we're okay with that. We're okay with that. But he talked about something that is a great opportunity for us when it comes to you documenting where your samples are coming from. So, and I was just because I just created a form for me to be able to do this because we're not even going to talk about how many samples I get a year. That's a different discussion for a different day and trying to stay organized with stuff.
And
Uh,
Altovise, can I just mention that we released this feature as a testing feature. So it's just for debugging, but you all have access to it where you can tag, add any tag you want to any product you want, and then you can find the products that have been tagged. So you can tag them with the name of the brand you work with. You can tag them by a certain category that you like. You can tag them based on a video that you did, a big, Valentine's video with like 13 different products. You can tag it this way. But we're still working on it. It's a work in progress. It is definitely in beta. So guys, go ahead, tag your products, filter through them, see how it works, see how easy it is to add tags and to remove them. But basically, it's still under, development. So any kind of feedback you have, let us know so we can be sure that this tagging system is, exactly what Lane wanted it to be, and everybody else, of course. So,
so we just appreciate y'all for the opportunities that y'all keep setting up for us. And y'all, if you have any other questions that you weren't able to get answered during this session, by all means, put it in the comments section when you see the replay go up, or post in the group and tag whoever you want to ask the question of. Oh, I appreciate you guys. And then Lane did put the link so you can see that automation replay. It was definitely a game changer. I absolutely love it. And listen, Lane had been telling us for a while to get our automation together, and
You did it. You
I
got it done.
did. That and setting up the YouTube channel just for my reviews. I did it. I got it done, and
Nice.
the results from it. So always beneficial.
Yep.
Remember, don't use personal stuff in it. Yes, yes. Make sure you do not use personal stuff in the new tag feature because it's visible to everybody. So make sure that you are paying close attention to that as well. I'm automating my eBay. Does that count? Yes, it does. It sure does count. Oh, sure. Me personally, Aaron, because you can always message me. Oh, okay. So I'm glad you asked that question because I can't answer that one. And if somebody else wants to answer it in the chat, you can as well. Uh, Aaron asked for samples. I have a UPS address. Do you use personal home address? I use my personal home address only because I get so many samples. I would not I would not want to go back and forth to the post office to get them. Unfortunately, I get a ton of samples weekly. Um, and like I said, there was 3 that already came in and another 3 samples that are about to be dropped off. So I use home. But in the chat, uh, Andrew said Logie is when he gets Logie products, they get sent directly to his home. Stephanie said personal home address. Michelle said home address. Mine ends in Parkway, so seems like a business address. Aaron said I get like 5 to 10 a day. Yeah. So because, and I've seen where some people like have had like just a cart full of products and that they've had to go pick up.
a full container, people
Yeah.
getting containers, like stopping, a semi-trailer outside your house. Like, did you get samples today? That's pretty much what I think you're getting. But it's nice that you're modest about it. I have like the police calling me. Do you know Altovise Pultz? I don't know how to say her name, but there's an entire semi-trailer blocking the entire block. Can she get rid of that semi-trailer? Is that you?
This,
Is that you?
I have pictures. I started saving the pictures from when products, they take the picture of the products at the door. And I'm like, sometimes it's like a stack of stuff because I do content. My sister does content. And so I'll get products, she's getting products, y'all. It's pandemonium. But I will tell you this: we are very like we talk to the the mailman. We give them bottles of water. We talk to the UPS drivers. Sometimes
Well, now I understand. Now I understand why you want the chocolate so much, because that's what you're giving them. You're giving them all your chocolate. You're running out of chocolate, and then you come to me and say, "Hey, Hood, where's our Logie chocolate?" Thank you so much for that. Now I get it all. But let me just mention one more thing. The first thing we did, Altovise, to remind you, was to become the firewall between brands and influencers. You remember that Logie is the only platform in the universe that said, we are disabling any type of communication between brands and creators. Why? Because the communication is what takes the most time, it's what causes the most issues, and it's what makes brands not pay us because they say, no, you didn't say the name of my brand correctly. Oh, why didn't you create content yet? Oh, did you get or not get? Oh, yada, 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 yada. Logie came and said, we are completely removing communications between brands and creators. I said it and I'll say it until the last day I breathe. I said it on my grave, they will write, Ehud, the founder of Logie, was the one who said, no more communication between brands and influencers. Yeah, that's my mantra. That's my mantra. Everybody's like building the messaging systems, messages. No, I said completely remove it, replace it with a brilliant AI algorithm that literally takes away all the time, hassle, and confusing communication messages that have been transferred to the system. But because Logie is the only platform that is serving as that firewall, that's why we take your addresses, we make sure you get samples delivered to the front of your home door, and you don't have to worry about your address being published in the World Wide Web. You don't need to be afraid of a Chinese seller sending you a sample and all of a sudden getting 1,000 Chinese broken samples from all these people doing something that is called brushing. Brushing is a tactic known by Chinese sellers to send products to all these random addresses in the United States. It was, it was brought to the attention of the world by Amazon. Amazon realized that that's how Chinese sellers are literally getting their product to rank by imitating other people buying their products and shipping those random products to you. You're not like, how did I get this product? You even had that situation, I think, Altovise, when you got like a bunch of clothes that been delivered to you, or maybe it was someone else. I just remember there was a crazy story about that. Anyway, if you want to be safe, make sure that you get your samples through Logie. If you have a brand that is not working through Logie, send them your Logie link. Tell them, guys, use this Logie link, work with me and all the other Amazon influencers through Logie, and your samples will be delivered automatically. You don't need to worry about it. You need to not need to worry about the tracking. And even recently, after Andrew told me, hey, Hood, I want to know where my package is, we added all these crazy delivery confirmations and updates in real time, and even started showing you the delivery picture in the email so you know that it arrived, and it's already showing in your Logie profile if we have an image of a proof of delivery, because some deliveries are done with shippers that don't take that delivery picture. So pretty amazing, I think. Like, we're really moving so much forward with all this project. And just remember, Logie protects you always. So if you want to feel safe, you can use Logie with your home address and know that nobody will ever get that address. So that was just my 2 cents.
I also love that with Logie, you can, so say you're not going to be home, you can turn that off. There was like that feature where you can say, okay, I'm going to be away. So that way you don't have anything, being shipped out to you for that time.
Vacation mode. Yeah,
Yep.
vacation mode.
Which you don't have that feature when it comes to the rest of these products coming into you. So, and I get products all the time. Literally, I was laughing because my sister had to go to the door to get the three more products that just arrived, and I'm getting stuff on a regular basis. So you want to make sure, for one, that the stuff is coming to you. It also allows me to be able to keep track by it coming to my home. Simply because if a brand says they send it, you could get it anywhere between 2 days from the time they said they sent it to 2 weeks. And they're like, okay, well, has the content been created or has this been done? And you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even, it hasn't even arrived yet. So I love having it come to the house. Now, again, it could be a lot some days, but having it come in, I'm able to track it better because you don't always get a tracking number. That is another thing that's really great with Logie is that you have that way to be able to track the whole process where you don't always get that when you're working with brands through creator connections. Some brands will give you a tracking number, but not all. So it's beneficial. um, Ahud, can you give Aaron the link to Logie?
Logie.ai.
Good, good, good. Oh, you got it already? Great, 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 great. Thank you, Andrew. You're awesome.
Yeah, but
Oh,
definitely www.logie.ai. If you're watching this recording later on YouTube and you're not a Logie creator, you're just missing out on the most powerful, most robust Amazon influencer and social commerce influencer program in the world.
yes, indeed. All right, guys. So you have a great rest of your weekend. Replays are always usually up by the Monday after the call. So by all means, make sure you check it out. If you have not checked out the Logie YouTube channel, check that out. Subscribe and share so that way you can get all of the tidbits when it comes to this influencer journey as a fellow Logie. Y'all have a great one. See you guys.
Bye, y'all.